check in, check in, check in. Listen, I'm excited about this live today. I didn't even know I was going to do it, but I was just got inspired and I said I just had to come on here and teach this thing, baby. And y'all getting this class today, you getting this teaching today. So I need all of my coaches, all my entrepreneurs, all my business owners, fall in, get in, get in, get in, come on in, hurry up and shut the door, baby. Because I'm about to break down a framework with you. I'm about to break down a step-by-step process with you that, listen, you can implement this today. This is something that you can get started on today. I want y'all to put this in the comments, say day one. This is day one. We ain't starting on Monday. I know it's Saturday, but we ain't starting on Monday. We ain't starting next week. We ain't starting, you gonna implement this today. And definitely my coaches that's in my academy, I sure need y'all to fall in here, baby. Okay, come on in, come on in. And make sure if y'all have not subscribed to Level Up with Latoya, make sure you subscribe to Level Up with Latoya YouTube channel, because that's where you're gonna catch the replays to these classes. I'm putting them over on my Level Up with Latoya YouTube channel. So come on in, come on in. That's it. That's it. Day one. Day one. That's it, Essence. Come on, Shadrika. Come on, Lee Diamonds. Today is day one. So I'm gonna give you a step-by-step strategy that I used myself. Okay. This is how I can tell you that it does not matter if you don't have to have a big following. You don't have to have 100,000 people subscribe to your channel. You ain't even got to have 5,000. You ain't even got to have 500. Okay. You ain't even got to have 500 people subscribe to your channel. You can literally have 0. How many of y'all right now, you have not been getting started and you ain't been operating in your calling of coaching because you say, well, I don't have a big following. I don't have a big following. I ain't got a lot of people subscribe to me like that. I don't have a lot of people watching me like that. Listen, that don't matter. That don't matter. We busting all that down today, baby, and we're gonna get you started. Okay. So I'm giving you a strategy today. I want you to grab your journal. I want you to grab your blue ink pen, because this is a strategy that I used for myself in the very beginning when I had no followers, I had no supporters, I had no subscribers, and literally nobody online knew who I was. Nobody knew anything about me. I used this strategy and listen, it blew up my coaching business. Okay. So I'm going to share this same strategy with you today is day one. Remember what you just said. Today is day one. So you can get started today. Okay. Today and get results. Okay. So how are you going to do this? How are you going to blow up your coaching business without having a big following, without having subscribers, without having an audience? I want you to write this word down and I want you to put it in the comments. Community. Community. That's the magic word, baby. That's the sauce right there. That's the real of the real. It ain't in the following. Listen to me. It ain't in having a following. It ain't in having a large audience. It ain't in having, now that's wonderful if you got that, but I'm here to tell you that even if you don't have that you can implement this, what I'm teaching you today, and whatever you're doing, whatever type of business you have or whatever you're coaching in, even if you're not a coach, even if you are another type of business owner or entrepreneur, create a community. A community. I want y'all to write that down. Put it in the comments. Community. Community. This is why this is so powerful, because you are building quality. Quality over quantity. Write that down. Quality over quantity. See, we have to get out of the vanity metrics. That's what it is. It's vanity metrics. So the way our minds are, and we just been trained this way to think, that if the party is not full, if the party is not standing room only, if they ain't busting all out the room to get in there, then it must not be lit. It must not be jumping. It must not be valuable. But listen to me, the real of the real, it don't take a whole lot of people. It don't take a whole lot of people. It don't take as many as you think it may take, okay? It don't take a whole big audience. It don't take thousands and thousands of people, because let me tell you something about them thousands and thousands of people. And people who have audiences can vouch for this, and they know I'm telling y'all the truth. Them thousands and thousands of people, how many of them you think actually gonna be your customers? How many you think everybody that hit that like button, you think everybody that hit that subscribe button, you think that mean that no, baby. The majority, this is just the way the numbers fall. Okay. This is just the way the numbers fall. The majority of the people that's in that number, they're watching. That's it. That's it. They are there just solely to watch. They are there to solely just look and see, what are you doing? What are you going to be posting about today? What are you going to be talking about today? What are you going to be giving me today? And that's fine. But you have to understand that this is why you shouldn't find your identity and be so caught up in a number, because what does the number actually mean? It doesn't equate to you having a successful business just because you have a lot of followers online, just because you have a big platform. So I want to completely dismantle that mindset that people have been trained to think and believe that I got to have a lot of people following me. I got to have a lot of people subscribe to me in order to be successful as a life coach. No, 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 no. Or in order to be successful in anything that you're doing online. That is not the case. Quality over quantity. I want y'all to write that down. I would rather have the right people. I would rather coach the right person or the right group of people. I would rather coach a quality group of people, a quality client. Come on now, versus having a whole bunch of people that listen, it just gonna end up giving you a headache. It just gonna end up giving you a headache, and it might feed your ego because you thinking, oh, well, I got all of these folks and I got all that. Listen, this is even a strategy that God uses in the word of God. I taught about this when we did the prophetic, when I did the prophetic mini series on Gideon. How many of y'all remember when I did that? I broke it down and did different parts. It's called I Was in the Spirit, and God showed me who you really are in the kingdom of God. God had to completely shift Gideon's mindset. This is in the book of Judges, chapter 6 and 7, I believe, because I broke this down and taught this. God had to completely shift Gideon's mindset and get him out of that mentality of thinking that he thought he had to have thousands and thousands and thousands of men with him to win this victory for the Israelites. And God showed him how, when he began to take these men through a series of tests, God showed him how these men started dropping off. Large numbers, large quantities of men, thousands and thousands of men started turning around and leaving him, and they went home. And after he took them through all the series of tests, when it got down all the way down to the wire, he was left with 300 men. 300 men. And the Lord told him, he said, you take these 300 men, and you're going to take these 300 men and you're going to defeat the Midianites. You're going to win this victory because the Lord is with you. Listen, I feel the power of God. When the Lord is with you, somebody put this in the comments, say, God is with me. God is with me. You got to know. See, this is why when you build this thing, when you set this thing up, you got to build your business with God. Take God with you, baby. Ask the Lord for wisdom. Receive the Holy Spirit. Listen, because a lot of these other folks, they'll tell you about how to do business their way, but I don't know how to do business no other way but the God way. Because God is the reason why your business is going to be successful. God is the reason why. Come on now. That's it. Put it in the comments. Say, God is with me. God is with you. So you got to know that when God is with you, write this down in your journal. When God is with you, less is more. Less is more with God. I learned that. Less is more. God will completely shift your mindset, and you thinking that you got to have all these folks, you got to have all these subscribers, you got to have all these likes, you got to have all these shares, you got to have all these comments when the majority of it is just a bunch of fluff anyway. Are these people really with you? When we scan through your audience, come on now, just like how God did. When he scanned through Gideon's tribe, thousands and thousands of men were cut. They were dropped. God like, tell them to go home. Tell them to go home because they here, they subscribed, they hit the like button, they share and they watching, but are they really with you? See, come on now. So we getting out of that mindset of thinking that you got to have a big following, you got to have a big audience. No, 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 no. What you're going to do is you're going to build a community. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to pick the space. Okay, this is step one. I want you to pick the space of where you're going to set up this community. And you got a couple options that you can set up a community. You got Facebook groups. You can go on Facebook group. When I first started, that's what I did. I did a Facebook group. I did a Facebook group. And I'm going to tell you why this is so powerful. Because it gave me a little corner over in the cut. See, you can make your Facebook group public or you can make it private. That's up to you. Pick your space. If you make it public, then that means that everybody that's on the internet can see it. If it's private, it's only going to be available for the people that you want to come in, only the people that you invite or you set up like a questionnaire or something that they got to answer those questions before they can come into your community. You have to, you get to select who comes into your community. So that's completely up to you, but you pick the space that you're going to set up your community. That's what I did. I used Facebook group. And then what that allowed me to do was I had my own little space. I had my own little cut where I could just do me. See, somebody put it in the comments, baby, say, I got to do me. You got to do you, because this is what going to create the income for you when you can be authentic. You can be real. You're not sugarcoating. You're not giving people the watered down version of you. And you may not be as confident and bold enough to do you in front of the world wide web for everybody to see. Everybody and their mama, everybody and their grandmama, and all these folks. You might not be confident enough in the beginning, and that's okay. You may not be confident enough for everybody to see publicly. So you could do it privately, but set up a community, set up a group, pick your space. Okay. I want y'all to put it in the comments. What space are you going to use for your community? If you already have a community, what space do you use for your community? You got Facebook groups. You have the school communities that is really big now. SKOOL school. You have Thinkific. You could set up a community inside of Thinkific. You have group me's. People are setting up group me's. Listen, people every day are gossiping and up to no good in the group text threads. Listen, you can create it to be something good. You can create it to serve a purpose for somebody. You can create a group me that's actually going to help people get transformation in their life. Okay. So, and I'm breaking this down for you to show you that this is something that's very simple that you can get started in right now. Even if you don't have a whole lot of money to invest, even if you don't have a big following, even if you don't, because like I said, in the beginning, I had nobody was following me, but I created this Facebook group. I called it the Divine Ones, and I started going live inside of that group. Heather, welcome to the membership, baby. Come on in. I started going live inside of that group. Okay. So this is what you're going to do. Step one, you're going to pick your space. And I want you to decide right now, if you're a coach and you want to blow up your coaching business and you attending this training right here and you resonate with what I'm saying, don't listen to what I'm saying and be like, oh, well, yeah, okay, I'll do that later. I'll look into that later. No, these are things that you can set up now. It's not going to cost you anything. It ain't going to listen. Today is day one. Okay. You've been saying you want to blow up your coaching business. You've been saying, it's your time. It's time for you to be successful. It's time for you to get in your purpose. You've been saying you called a coach. You might have even been saying, I can't afford to get in this, to get in that. Well, God giving you free trainings, free master classes. Come on now. To set you up for success. So you going to barbecue a meal do now. What you going to do? What you gonna do? I carved out some time on my Saturday to come on here and help you out. So you got to get the information and you got to use it. You got to apply it. So pick the space. Which space you gonna use? Okay. What you say, Chandrika? I want mine to be only women. Is that okay? I've been back and forth about that. Yeah, that's up to you. That's up to you. If you want to do a space, if you want to create a community for only women, that's fine. You want to create a co-ed community for men and women, that's fine too. You want to create a community for just men, that's fine too. So it's whoever, whatever the group of people is that you know that you can get a result for these people. You can help these people solve a problem. You can serve your purpose with this group of people and help them create the same transformations that you created in your own life. It could be co-ed, it could be women only, it could be men only. It could be, like I said, co-ed, women and men. So you're gonna pick the space, okay? After you have picked your space, you're gonna create the room today. At the time that you hear this training, I want you, today is day one. You're gonna go ahead and create the room and you're gonna name it. You're gonna create the community and you're gonna name it. So create a name for your community. You heard what I just said. When I first started, I created the Facebook group. I put the Divine Ones, so I called it the Divine Ones, and I started going live in the group. That's what you're gonna do. That's what you're gonna do. Keep the name simple. It don't have to be, don't listen, you don't have to spend a whole lot of time trying to come up with the name and all that type of stuff. Keep it simple and keep it relatable. Okay. When you create the group, when you create the community, create a little short description of what you're gonna be helping them do in the community. Okay. Now, this is very important. Now, you hear me saying you're gonna blow up your coaching business, but you notice I still haven't said anything about you selling anything. I don't want you to be trying to sell nothing in the beginning. I want y'all to put this in the comments. Play the long game. I might lose a lot of folks with that one, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Play the long game. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, what gonna mess you up is you trying to get paid too fast. You're trying to get money too fast. You got to play the long game. It's just like when you just meet somebody and y'all just connected, and on the first, second date, you don't went to talking about marriage. You don't went to talking about, well, God told me you my husband. God showed me in a dream that I'm supposed to marry you. What you think you finna do? You gonna scare the folks off. Now they gonna be looking. Now they gonna be looking at you like you crazy. Come on now. Yes, Chandrika, a free community. A free community. This, what I'm talking about, is free. If you have something that's paid, I'm talking about, this is in the very beginning, you set up a free community. Or you could do this even if, you've already established a coaching business and this is something that you looking into and you want to do. But I'm talking about a free community. This is absolutely free. So you set this up. This is free. Okay. You pick your space that you want to put it in. Facebook group, GroupMe, school, community. This is free. We're not selling nothing in the beginning. We're gonna play the long game. We're gonna play the long game. If you really want to know how to blow it up, this how you gonna blow it up. Because see, when you go into this space of selling and being an entrepreneur and a business owner, see, you got to be calm. Somebody put this in the comments. Say, be calm. Be calm. You can't come into this with a desperate energy. I'm telling y'all some real stuff. You can't come into this with an anxious energy. You can't come into this with a scared energy. You can't come into this with, I hope they buy something. Oh, what are they going to think about me if I try to do this or if I try to do that? Or listen, you got to be confident. You got to be calm. You got to be sure. Come on now. And you got to genuinely want to help people in this area. Okay. It cannot be about making some money. It cannot be about getting paid. It cannot be about that. It has to be that this is something that is truly in your heart, that you talk about all the time, and that you be helping people with anyway. Even if you didn't do the community, you would still be helping your coworker do this. You would still be helping your sister do this. You would still be helping your brother, your uncle, whoever, because this is just in you. See, I created a community doing something and talking about something that I had been talking about all my life. I had been into this stuff all my life. I had been helping people do this all my life. This another thing that be messing people up, because you can't come into this doing something that's not you. You got to do you. Shatteray, thank you so much, baby, for your seed. Shanice, thank you. Thank you so much, baby. So you have to do you. You have to come into this just being your natural self. And this is free. This is all free. But don't worry about it being free, because you're going to be able to capitalize off of this by this being free, don't worry about that, because you're gonna make way more on the back end. You're gonna make way more later. Trust me. Okay. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. So keep the name simple, keep it relatable, create a short description in there. Let them know that this is a safe space. You're gonna share tips, y'all gonna encourage one another, y'all gonna grow in this space, and just be real, be relatable, be your authentic self. Talk about whatever problem is that you helping them solve, or whatever your passion is, or whatever you're into. You're going to create a community of people that are into the same thing, or that are having the same problem. And you're going to start out small. I want you to start out inviting 5 to 10 people every day. You're going to invite on average about 5 to 10 people to join the community, to join the group. Okay. So you're going to start with people that you know, start with people that you're comfortable with, start with your friends, start with your coworkers, your classmates. This is what I did. I started with people that were in my hometown, people that I used to work with, people that I grew up with. I started, and it was, matter of fact, it was women. It was women. In the beginning, I wasn't coaching men like that. I wasn't doing a co-ed. Later on, I got into co-ed, but in the beginning, it was just women. So I created a group, and I started inviting on average 5 to 10 women into the group every day. Okay. Some people gonna accept the invitation. Some people gonna decline. Don't take that personal. Don't take that personal. Somebody put it in the comments. Say, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Some people gonna be, I ain't inviting nobody else, because I know they see me. I know they see my invitation. She know she see my invitation. She done accepted the other folks' invitation, but ain't accept mine. See, that's the wrong mindset. That's the wrong attitude. You got to have a winner's attitude. I'm gonna try to write that down too. You got to have a winner's attitude, and you got to have the right heart, and you got to have the right spirit. And if you don't, then you need to hit that Psalm 51 and 10. Come on now. Psalms 51 and 10. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew the right spirit within me. See, you got to have the right spirit. So don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Invite 5 to 10 people into the group, okay? Every day. Start with people you know, and then start working your way out. And then as you invite people in, they'll start inviting people, and they'll start telling people about the community. They'll start telling people about the group. So when these people start coming in, I want you to start having conversations with them inside of the community. Start having conversations with them inside of your group. After they have accepted the invitation and they come in, start reaching out to them, and start connecting with them. Well, y'all hang on one second. Hang on one second. Yes, baby, you got to have a winner's attitude. Okay. Hold on one second. So you start having conversations, start interacting with them, okay? And then you start posting. And this is another thing. You don't have to try to be salesy. You don't have to try to be like, this is just regular human communication. You just communicating with them. You're talking to them. You having conversations with them, okay? You start making posts inside of the community. If there's a tip that you want to share with them, if there's a meme you want to share, if there's a video that you want to share, and it might not even be your content, it might be somebody else's content that you want to post in there. You might say, hey, I was watching Latoya Okia video, and this video really blessed me, and I'm gonna share it in here in this community so y'all can watch it too. This is what I got from it. What did y'all get from it? What were your takeaways? So even if you're not actively doing content, you can share somebody else's content in the group. If there's a book that you read that done blessed you or that done help you get a certain result or a transformation, share the book with them. If there's some hacks or some tips or some tricks that you use to get a certain result, share it with them. You know what this start doing? This start showing them that you are a person of value, that you are, because most people just think about themselves. Most people not walking around thinking about how can I help somebody else. Most people not walking around thinking about how can I share this with this person and it's going to help them get this result or it's going to change their life in this way. People are stuck in their stuff and what they got going on. But I'm telling you, if you want to change your life and you want to change where you at, start thinking beyond yourself and start thinking about what do I know that I can help somebody else? What do I know that I can be of service to somebody else? That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now. So I want you to, when you create your group, free community, you're going to go in there and you're going to start posting. You're going to start posting, okay? And do a question post. Do a question post, ask them some questions, get them talking, get them to start engaging in conversations, get them to start sharing feedback on whatever topic you coaching them on. Do an encouragement post. Encourage them in something. Encourage them if you're doing fitness, encourage them on their fitness journey. If it's a community of moms, encourage them in their day-to-day activities with their kids. Encourage them, speak life into them. This is the foundation of your community. You're going to be uplifting them and encouraging them and supporting them and sharing tips and tools and strategies with them that's going to help them. Okay. Also in your community, I was saying about starting conversations. Ask open-ended questions. I want y'all to write this down. Get your journal, get your blue ink pen, write this down. In your community, ask open-ended questions. This is how you're going to blow up your business, blow up your coaching business without even having a big following. The power is in the community. It ain't in no big following. Because a lot of these folk got big followings, but that's all they got. That's all they got is a big following. If you really looked in their books, you will see that it ain't popping like you think it popping. Okay. It ain't, because views do not equal clients. It ain't popping the way you think it popping. What equals clients is showing people that you can actually help them. Come on now. And the best way to do that is through a community. When you get in the community and you set this up for free, you are showing people that I can help you. And you are building something that is very, very important to your business and whatever it is that you're selling or you're servicing people. You are building the know, like, and trust factor. I want y'all to write that down too. You building the know, like, and trust factor. When I started this group in the very beginning, when I started the Divine Ones Facebook group and I went in there and I started doing lives and I started making posts and I started sharing tips and strategies with them, just like I'm telling y'all, I started having conversations with them. See, you can't be a successful business owner and think that you're going to sit on an island and wait for everybody to come to you, because it ain't never going to work like that. You can't be sitting there saying, well, I'm introverted and I'm shy and I don't really talk to people like that in real life neither. I stay to myself most of the time. But listen, in business, you can't be like, you got to get out of that, baby. If you're going to be a successful business owner, you got to get out of that, and you got to know how to open your mouth and communicate. You got to open your mouth and talk to people. You're going to do that in person where you walking up to people and striking up conversations, or you going to be in them DMs, DMing people. Some kind of way you're going to have some conversations, whether it's virtually or it's in person. You gotta get out of that. You gotta come off your island, because your clients, they not up there on the shore where you at. You gotta launch out into the deep. Come on now. Which means come out of your comfort zone. Yes, it's gonna be scary. Yes, you're gonna be nervous. Yes, but this is where growth comes from. This is how you grow as an entrepreneur. This is how you grow as a business owner. You step outside of your comfort zone and you have these conversations with people, and whether that be virtually or whether that be in person. So by me doing this, what it did was it created a community of people that began to trust me. They by them being in the group and them seeing me consistently show up, okay, consistently serving and not asking for nothing, but just genuinely giving, okay. And I want y'all to write this down because this is a proverb and this is a biblical principle that when you apply this to whatever you do, you're going to see massive success. He who enriches others enriches himself. The book of Proverbs tells us this, that a generous person will prosper. Listen to me. Listen, it's gonna be so much increase. I'm not telling y'all what I Googled. I ain't telling you what I researched. I'm telling you what I live, and I'm telling you what I know. Okay? I'm telling you what I know. A generous person will prosper. You listen, the increase will come in a way to where you will just be like, oh my God, I ain't even listen. It gonna blow your it gonna blow your mind, baby. It gonna blow your wig off. You have to scrap your listen. Make sure you got some extra glue on that wig because it gonna blow that wig off. When you see the increase, when you see the telling you what I know. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to serve first. And this sets you apart from every other coach because every other coach is selling. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. It's okay with that. But you got to serve first. Come on now. This is the principle. You got to serve first. And you have to build a community of people that know you, that like you, that trust you. And you know why this be separating so many people? Separating the real from the fake, because you can't fake this. See that know, like, and trust? You can't fake that. You can't fake that. You got to genuinely be yourself and you got to genuinely be real, and your motives have to genuinely be pure for these people to, because they're going to pick up on that and they're going to feel that in just your energy and how you show up with them every day and every week, day in, day out, week in, week out. Okay. So this is what I started to do in the very beginning. And what it did was the group started growing. The community started growing as I continued to go live in the group, as I continued to make posts, as I continued to start up conversations with them. And I asked open-ended questions, hey, what are you struggling with? These are the type of things you're going to ask them. What are you struggling with? Where are you stuck at right now? What are some of the things that you dealing with right now? What are some of the things that you have on your plate right now? What are you struggling with right now? So you're going to just ask questions that is going to get them talking. That's going to get them to open up. That's going to get them. And again, you creating a safe space. So this is your community. So it's going to be your job to make sure that you moderate this and that you keep this as a safe space, keep this as a safe environment for your people to be able to open up and share anything that they have going on, whether they do it openly amongst the community or they DM you privately and share it with you privately. When you create this group, when you create this community, and you start asking these open-ended questions, you start going live, you start making posts, and you start reading what they are saying, okay? What I want you to do is, I want you to start collecting their language. Write that down. Collect their language. Listen to how they talk. Listen to what they say. How do they describe their problems? What lingo do they use? What kind of words do they use? Because see, all of this right here, this is why this is free. This is 100% free. This is why all of this is free, what you're going to do, because the data that it is going to give you is going to give you the goal that you need to create your paid offers later, to create your paid services later. Because the last thing you want to do, I did this, and I made this mistake. The last thing you want to do when you start your coaching business, or you start any kind of business, but specifically a coaching business, the last thing you want to do is start creating stuff to sell, stuff that you think your people might need. Well, I'm gonna write this book because I think they need this book. I'm gonna create this course because I think they need this course. I'm gonna make this t-shirt because I think they need this kind of t-shirt. When you ain't talked to nobody, you ain't had no conversations, you ain't talked to nobody in your audience, you don't know what they talk about, you don't know what their pain points are, you don't know what they struggling with, but in your mind, you're thinking, okay, well, I think they're gonna need this, so I'm gonna make this. No, I did that. And I'm telling you, your feelings gonna be hurt because my feelings was hurt. My feelings was hurt because it flopped because I made some stuff, I created some stuff that I thought they needed instead of taking the time to actually listen to them and let them tell me what they need. Come on now. Because I created this community, what I'm telling y'all about right here, right now, this is where my life coach certification program came from. This is where it came from. Because at this time that I created the community, I didn't have a certification program. I didn't have no big time academy. I didn't have no offers like that. I didn't have none of that stuff. But as I started mentoring these women in this group, in this community, as I started having these conversations with them, we started meeting up on Zoom. I was doing private lives in the group with them. They started growing. They started getting transformations. They started leveling up. Come on now. And they on their own, they said, well, we want to be a coach. We want to do what you doing, Toya. We done got transformation here with you, and we done fell in love with this. And now we want to do what you doing. So this is what I did. I sent them to other people. I said, okay, well, you can go take this person got a certification, that person got a certification. You can go take that certification. I'm referring them out and sending them to people because that's just what I was. That you're in the group, I was that facilitator, I was that leader to where I always got tips and strategies on different resources that they can use to level up. I'm just being of service. I'm just being a person of value, helping other people out. And when I sent them out to other people, you know what they did? They came back to me. They came back to me and they said, Toy, we see what they doing and everything, and it's nice, but we don't want them. We don't want them. They said, we want you. Why you can't teach us? Why you can't train us, Toya? Why you can't show us how to do it? They were like, we know you. We like you, Toya. We trust you. You the woman we've been listening to for the last 3 months, 6 months. Why you just can't make it for us? Now, this is the power in community. This is the power in community. Community will tell you what your offers should be. You won't have to make nothing up. They're gonna tell you what they need. They're gonna voice to you what they need. And then because they trust you, because you the face that they've been seeing, you the voice that they've been hearing, who you think they're gonna come to give it to them? Come on now. So then it was my responsibility to say, okay, let me go in the lab and let me create this. Let me create this for them. And then all this time later, all these years later, hundreds and hundreds of coaches that I have trained and certified all over the world. Come on now, over 19,000 students and growing in my online academy. All of that came because I started a community. I started a little group. Come on now. And I just wonder what gonna come from your group. I just wonder what gonna come from your community. Okay. So when you get in there, like I said, you start having conversations with them. You ask them open-ended questions. When they start talking or when you on live and they asking questions, and listen, nobody is saying that you got to know it all. You don't have to know it all. If they might ask you a question that you don't know, tell them, let me write that down, baby. And I'm gonna do some research and I'm gonna get back to you on that. Okay, what they just gave you a pointer on what you need to go learn. They just gave you a pointer on what you need to go study. Don't down yourself because you don't know. No, clap at that because, okay, you just gave me the direction on what I need to go study, on what I need to go learn. And either you gonna learn it and teach it to them or either you're going to go connect with somebody that do know it, create an affiliate. Hey, do you have an affiliate link? Because I got people over here in my community that need this, that need that. They trying to figure out how to do this, how to do that. And I don't teach it, I don't know it. But this where the communication come in at. This where the conversations come in at. You in the DM having conversations with people. You going to events, having conversations with people. And now your people leveling up because of a connect that you made, and you making money on the bike end because you an affiliate. Come on now. Late night talk say you dropping gems, coach. Is y'all catching the gems? Is y'all catching the gems, baby? Come on in. Come on in. I need y'all to get, come on, Chandrika, networking. Listen, we live in an era now to where you ain't even got to be the one that know how to do it. You ain't even got to be the one that know how to do it. If you just connected to the person that know how to do it, or you can go talk to the person that know how to do it, and y'all link up and you bring them into your community. Hey, can you come in here and speak to my people on XYZ and talk about this, talk about that? Hey, you can make an offer at the end, or either and they can get they cut like that, or you can set up, can you give me an affiliate link that I can share with them? Y'all can work out the negotiations on the back end, but you ain't even got to be the one that know how to do it. And then I'm telling y'all, be authentic. Be real. Like I said, if they bring up something or they ask you something that you don't know, you can be real. The last thing you want to do is try to pretend to be somebody that you're not, because you're not going to build trust like that. Be real and let them know that, hey, I am on a personal development journey right now, and I'm doing my research every day. I'm studying every day. I'm growing every day. So I'm going to take down your question. I'm going to go do some research on that. I'm going to go study, or I'm going to go pray a little bit on that, or consult with whoever I need to consult with, and I'm going to get back to you on that. I'm going to get back to you on that. So just be real. You don't have to try to be anything that you're not. You're growing, you're developing, and what you're doing is you're bringing these people, you bringing a community of people along with you. That's all I did. I wasn't trying to be no guru. I wasn't trying to be no master, this or that. I'm just Toya. I was just Toya. And I made a decision to change my life and better my life and self-develop and grow in the Lord. And I said, I'm going to create this community of people that I can bring along with me, and we can level up together. We can grow together. That's what you're doing in your community. That's what you're doing. And so collect their language. So listen to some of the ways that they talk. Listen to how they describe their problems, because this becomes the language of your target audience. This is what you're going to put in your offers, okay? And you're going to use these words that they used. You're going to use these words to shape your offers and to shape your content. So what changed for me with having a successful online academy with my courses and my training programs and my certifications, what changed is I stopped putting things in there that I thought they needed to know. And I listened to what my people were actually saying, they pain points, how they describe what they going through. And so when I started coaching, when I started creating courses, when I started creating master classes, I'm using their language. I'm using what they said, because I learned all of this from my community. I learned all of this from the one-on-one calls that I would have with them in the beginning. You learn what your people need by listening to them. As a coach, this is what you do most of the time. You listening. You listening. And you're not just passive. It's not passively listening. You're actively listening. So while they talking, you taking notes. While they posting stuff in the community, you getting them screenshots. You setting up a whole folder. You setting up a whole folder full of notes that you're going to later use all of this stuff to be able to serve them. You're going to use all of this stuff to be able to coach them. In your community, I'm about to get ready to wrap it up. In your community, make sure that whatever you commit to doing, however you commit to showing up, show up consistently. If you say you're going to do a live once a week, do that live once a week. How many of y'all remember back when I was doing Morning Glory? Morning Glory, baby. Them my OG Divine Ones. Anybody that remember that? Y'all remember Morning Glory? When I was doing Morning Glory, I used to get up at 4:30. I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning and go live. Yes, baby. But let me tell y'all something. I remember one morning I overslept and I didn't get up in time enough to get on the live. And baby, when I tell you I jumped up like I had missed the school bus. I jumped up like I had missed the school bus, baby. Apostle Martina say she remember. Okay, I jumped up like I had missed the school bus because, and I want y'all to write this down, put it in the comments too. I treated this so seriously. I did not take this lightly just because I never said this is just a community. I never said this is just a group. This ain't just a nothing. That ain't what this is. Listen, I said, Toya, you done showed up all these years on the 4 job. You done showed up all these years for everybody else, and you ain't miss a day. You ain't miss a beat showing up for these folks. So I said, I'm going to show up for this the same way. I'm going to give it the same commitment. Come on now. Right. Put this in the comments. Say, treat it like a job. Treat it like a job. Treat it like a job. I treat that thing like a job. I still do. I still do. If I said I'm going to do it, I got to do it. I got to do it. If I said I'm going to show up, I'm going to show up. And whatever happened on the back end, we're going to work our way through that, baby, because I'm going to show up for my commitments. I'm going to show up. I'm going to be there because I treat it like it's a job. And it's not just what I do for my business, but it's even the private commitments that I make to myself. Treat it like a job. I don't care what you were doing the night before. I don't care what, didn't you say you're going to be there? Okay, when you work your job and you went out partying and stuff and stayed out to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, taking shots and turning up, and you all up there on top of the bar and everything else. And then the next morning, you sitting at your cubicle like ain't nothing happened. Cause you know I need this job, and you clocking in on that job, you there at 8 a.m. or whatever time you got to be there. You was there. Wasn't you there? Come on now. That's it. Treat it like a job. Treat it like a job. Because when you, listen to me, when you treat this thing like a job, baby, the payoff will be worth it. The payoff will be worth it. When you treat it like a job, you're going to eventually come into seasons where you ain't even got to show up and you still going to get paid. You ain't even got, listen, you'll be earning money in your sleep. You'll be making more money in your sleep than you can spend while you're awake. But first, you got to treat it like a job. And you got to treat it like a job that you are not going to get paid for right now. Oh, everybody can't do that now. They like, Toya, I ain't with you. Had me. I ain't with. How long I got to go without getting paid? As long as it take. As long as it take. And listen to me. And the reason why I say as long as it take is because when the increase come in, this how God do now. This how God do the thing. When he drop it on you, oh, best to believe, baby, that the blessing of the Lord make it rich and it adds no sorrow. I feel the power of God. God dropped that thing on you. It make up for every day that you didn't get paid. It make up for every free session you ever did, every free group, every free community. God come through, baby, and shut it all down. Listen, he bless you for everything that you put in. You can't beat God's giving. You can't beat his giving, baby. Whatever you gave, he tripled it. Whatever you gave, he quadrupled it. Whatever you gave, a generous person will prosper. That's the word. That ain't what Toya said. That's what God said. Come on now. When you enrich other people, it is by law that you will become rich yourself. What you do for God's kingdom, listen to me, he will do it for you. He will do it for you. The problem is, it ain't enough people being faithful long enough to see the increase. Come on now. The problem is it ain't enough people that's willing to plant and let they plant stay in the ground. Stop uprooting your plant. Stop plucking up your plant. And when you plant that thing, you say, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to treat this thing like a job. I'm going to treat it like it's a job. And people going to think you crazy. People thought I was crazy. What are you doing? You ain't making nothing doing that. Why? You on another session with it? You on another? How long you been on the call? How long it go? You coaching again? You helping somebody again? You doing this and that again? But listen, they ain't gonna be saying nothing when the increase come in. They ain't gonna be saying nothing when the payouts come in. They gonna be saying, "Oh, I always knew you were gonna make it." They gonna be saying, I always knew it was something special about you. I just knew you were gonna make something out of yourself. I just knew you were gonna be the one. Now you the one. Come on down. Now you the one. So, important note. Make sure you note this down. Okay. With this method that I'm giving you, no selling yet. No selling. Trust me. Trust your coach. I know what I'm talking about. Don't sell nothing. No selling yet. Okay. That will come in its time. No selling yet. Your main job is to listen, to encourage, and to gather insight, gather data. This is a data collecting season for you. The money will come later. The increase will come later. You will mess yourself up trying to go straight to the money, go straight to the increase when you don't have the data that is needed to really make the money. You got to get the data first. So listen, encourage, and gather insight. Write that down. Listen to them. You know what? You're going to add so much value to their life just by listening to them. People, you know how many people right now, they ain't got nobody that'll listen to them. Oh my God, just by me being on them sessions in the beginning, just by me being present in the group, a lot of times I ain't even have to say nothing. I ain't even have to say that. All I had to do was listen. Listen. Provide a safe space for them to open up, for them to vent, for them to talk about their day or talk about what they had going on. Baby, listen to me. Just listen. You will earn money from just listening to people, because people ain't got nobody that gonna listen to them. Listen. That's your main job as a coach. You listen. You encourage. Oh, now you taking it a step further now, because now you ain't just listening to them. Now you encouraging them. Now you speaking life into them. Now you telling them, everything gonna be all right. You encouraging them in your own way. Now you tell, whether that's through you praying for them, whether that's through you, y'all bouncing ideas off of one another, y'all brainstorming together, y'all coming up with a strategy. Then you got community. So with a community, you can ask the community. You can say, hey, anybody else in here dealt with something that our sister dealing with right here? How did you get through that? What did you use? What did you use? The community. This is the power of community. You don't need no big following. You don't need thousands of people. You can build a community with 20 people. You can be booked out and paid with 20 people. Remember what I told y'all with Gideon in the book of Judges. He had a whole bunch of people, but he had a whole bunch of men, but he had the wrong men. You listen, you don't want a whole bunch of people. You want the right people. The right people. Come on now. Come on now. So you listening, you encouraging, and you gathering insight. After about 30 to 60 days, and probably before then, after about 30 to 60 days, the community will tell you what they need. They will tell you in their own way, but you got to listen. You got to gather insight. You got to take notes. This is about getting the information that's going to create the income for you later. So when you listen, you will see they will tell you what they're struggling with. They will tell you what kind of problems they have. They will tell you what they stuck in. Because when you become the type of person, who was it? When I think about people in the Bible that did this, that mastered this, I think about Daniel. I think about Joseph. Come on now. I think about David. First two come to my mind is Daniel and Joseph. They became the type of person that could solve problems. See, as long as you are solving some kind of problem for somebody, come on now. As long as people know that you are the go-to person for this, or you're the go-to person for that. And listen, it's going to be something that's so simple. One of my divine ones in our community, I was telling her about meal prep. She is skilled in meal prep. And I was telling her how that is a whole lane, that is a whole category in itself, because you're solving a problem for somebody. There are people right now that want to get transformation in their body. They want to transform their body. They want to lose some weight, and they know they need to be meal prepping, but they don't know how to meal prep, or they don't know what's the most efficient way, or what's the simplest way to meal prep. They don't know what kind of containers to put the food in. When they go in the grocery store, they don't know, where should I go? What should I get? What kind of meats, what kind of proteins should I get? What kind of veggies, what kind of fruits? What kind of snacks, what kind of healthy snacks can I get? And they don't know how to prep this stuff. That's a whole category. That's a whole community right there. So this is literally you doing something that you're already doing. You taking stuff that you already doing, and you're good at it. You skilled at it. You done mastered it. So it ain't nothing to you, because you do it all the time. But to the people that you create the community for, and you bring them into your world, and you connect them in this space, and you sharing your knowledge with them, you sharing your life lessons, your experiences with them, and you giving them value, you solving this problem for them, baby, that is gold. Do you hear me? Come on, Chandrika. If you become solution-minded, you'll never be broke. You'll never be broke. So what problem can you solve for somebody? What do people come to you for? When people come to you to help them out with something, what is the trend that you notice? What do they come to you for? And start thinking about that, and start thinking about, I can create a community around this. I can create a community around this. And there's no pressure on you, because I'm not with this strategy. I'm not telling you to sell, and you don't have to set up nothing. You ain't got to set up no website yet. You ain't got to set up no service, no, none of that. You just going to start with a community and watch how it grow. Watch how it grow, and watch how it transform people's lives. And somewhere around that 30 to 60 day mark, and like I said, probably before then, the community going to tell you what they need. Eventually, you're going to hear somebody say, I wish somebody could help me with XYZ. And you listening, you looking. Come on now. You're going to hear somebody say, I need somebody to help me with such and such. Or you're going to hear them describe a problem that they have. And don't run away from their problems. Encourage them to what is a problem that you having right now? What are some of the things that you're struggling with right now? And if you don't know what kind of community to start, create a self-development community, create a personal development community. And when you get in there and you start listening to the things that they saying that they dealing with on they self-development journey, on their personal development journey, they'll start giving you ideas for categories that you can coach in. They'll start giving you ideas for a niche or for a particular lane that you can go in. So when they start talking and you start collecting this information, you start collecting this data, that's when you're going to start getting to work on creating your first coaching offer. But you will not create a course, a paid nothing, until you have at least done this, created this free community, and gathered this data the way I told you to, or you talking to people one-on-one, or you already got a community, whether it's paid or free or whatever. But you don't need to be creating anything that you're charging your audience or charging your clients for until you have talked to your audience. Come on now. And you know what their struggles are, and you know what problems they having, and that will give you the data that you need to go in the lab and create something for them. And when you in the community, utilize the resources that are in the community. They have polls. You can run polls. If you already have a following or a YouTube audience or a Facebook group, use them polls. Use them polls. Create things in there that you have them vote on a particular option that you have up there. Like what are some of the areas that you're struggling in? What are some of the areas that you need help in? Or start running polls in there. Start having them vote. Hey, what do you want to hear me talk about? Or what do you want to hear me teach on next? Let them give you your notes for your coaching. Let them give you the notes for your master classes. Like, what do y'all want me to teach on? Utilize your community, because I'm telling y'all, this will set you up for success in your coaching business. I'm telling y'all. Okay, class is done, baby. I love y'all so much. Did this help y'all today? Did this bless y'all? Listen, I'm utilizing that principle myself. Okay, I came on here to enrich you. I came on here to help you level up, baby, to help you blow up your coaching business. And you're gonna be able to do it too. And without a big following. You gonna see. You're gonna be like, you know what, Toya was right. I ain't even need all them folks. That's your ego that's telling you you need all them folks. You don't need all them folks. All you need is a couple people, the right people that know you, that like you, that trust you, and whatever you create, them people gonna buy it. And it's so many successful coaches that the people y'all think killing it ain't. Listen to me. The people you think got bank and doing this and doing that, because you looking at their followers, you looking at their subscriber count. It's the coaches that ain't got no big following. Listen to me. Cause they use these type of strategies. They weren't focused on reeling in a whole bunch of people. They was focusing on saying the right words to attract the right people. They was working on their messaging. They was collecting data from their audience because they wanted to bring in the right people that gonna trust them, and people that they ain't even gotta do all this small penny any stuff, because they working with quality people. Come on now. So play the long game with this, and it's going to set you up for success. You do not need a big following in order to do this. Okay. So to any of you that you're new to coaching and you want to get into doing this, but you don't know where to start, I want you to take my Call to Coach free masterclass. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to help you shift your mindset inside of that free masterclass, to shift your mindset to start thinking about how you can create an income by just being yourself, and how you can do that by being a coach. Okay. If you haven't signed up for that, make sure you sign up for the free masterclass, Call to Coach. So if you are that go-to person and people come to you for advice, and you aspire to be a life coach and help people get transformation, if you have not signed up for that, make sure you sign up for that free masterclass. Okay. And also to all my other divine ones, don't forget that I'm going to be in Houston, Texas, October the 25th, 2025, for the Divine One seminar. So if you want to meet me live and in person for the seminar, I put the link below in the description. You can click that link, or either go to LatoyaOkillAcademy.com and sign up, get your ticket, so we can meet you live and in person, baby. We do this thing in person. You get that coaching and that mentoring to help you level up personally, professionally, and spiritually, baby. Okay. I love y'all so much. I'm going to check in with y'all later, baby. Y'all be blessed.